Hey guys, welcome back to Get Into It with Jason Hook, with me, your host, Jason Hook. And here we are, a new episode. So, in this episode, everything you're going to see is a 2019 release within the last 10 months. Yeah, it's October, 10 months. It's also going to be a bunch of stuff from the same label, but I'm going to do all those towards the end to show the diversity of the label. But first, what we're listening to is Chain Whip, 14 Lashes. This was self-released by the band out of Vancouver, Canada. Mine's on clear vinyl. Live shot here. Get the lyrics right here. Still readily available from the site. I believe I'll link the site. If not, I will. So you guys, they're doing a charity right now. Money from the site gets donated to a cause too, which I'm spacing on, but they just announced the other day. But you guys gotta check this band out. Their 7-inch made my year-ender last year. I've also ended up picking up the demo since then from Armageddon in Boston. And when this came out, the minute I saw it, I pre-ordered it. I waited patiently for it. The minute it went up, I think I grabbed one not so long after. One of the perks of waking up real early in the morning and just not having a life when you're not at work. Usually I tend to be waiting for certain things, but I really want. But this is fast, snotty punk hardcore. Just a little more, I don't want to say heavier, it's a little more heavier than the 7-inch, a little more faster, but as awesome. I spun a hole through this when it first came. And this will definitely probably be on my year under this year too, but that's 14 Lashes by Chain Whip on Chain Whip Records, 001. Again, self-released, you can find it. I believe the singer might play bass in Bootlicker right now. I'm not 100% sure on that. But just another, Canadian export. Next, we have some more international jams. Larma. This actually have a title. I believe this is self-titled. Yeah, self-titled. This is also, hey, guess what? 2019 release. This is on Beach Impediment Records. Also, again, readily available. These guys are out of Sweden. The songs are in Swedish, in case you guys can see. And what we got here is, I hate people beat to death the word D-beat. It's a D-beat influenced punk hardcore. I want something down. Stripped Down and Face Bashing. This is also a members of band. This isn't any of these guys' first rodeo in the punk hardcore world. You got a lyric sheet here, which I can't read any of it because my English isn't even that great. I can't read Swedish. Clear vinyl. I don't remember what the pressing is. And then it's very straightforward center labels here, A, B side. But this is like very, very, if you guys dig Out Cold or even like the more hardcore, Out Cold hardcore wise, but even the more like the Swedish kind of crusty punk hardcore that was Skid System and stuff of that nature. Even like MS13, DS13 and stuff like that. You'll love this. I'll say it's a little more heavier and a little more not just as fast for the sake of fast as DS13 was, which I loved. Songs are a little more structured, but it's still frantic, fast, and crazy. And it's another thing I highly recommend. This was a blind buy for me. Beach Impediment's been killing it lately. Go buy stuff from them. Buy this and buy everything they have. But that's Larma, the self-titled. Next, we have something completely different than the first two things, but also from Canada. We have Young Gov, Gov 1. This came out on Run for Cover Records, which is out of Boston. Young Gov is a side project of Ben Cook, who was the singer, or is the singer of No Warning. He also plays guitar in Fucked Up. This is his, some people have called it alt pop, garage pop, power pop, garage punk. This is just side, it's definitely not the hard, if you love No Warning and you only listen to No Warning type music, you might not dig this. Fucked Up, you probably dig this. But in my opinion, I believe this record sounds a lot like the Exploding Hearts, which is a compliment if you guys have ever heard them. It's definitely, I think it's more power pop than the stuff he's done in the past, with hints of garage, but there's definitely more of a power pop tinge, if you will, to this. Gov 2 is actually available for pre-order now, but I haven't ordered it yet. Maybe I'll do that when I'm done with this video. Just out of laziness. It's pretty basic packaging here. Blue vinyl. Flower on the B side. But this is great stuff. I think that's the get into it motto. This is great stuff. I find myself repeating that, but I really dig this. I really dug a lot of this. I have a couple of the EPs he did years ago, and I was into it. And when I saw this come up, I kind of blind bought it. I didn't really listen to it. Like I said, it's a little more poppy than the EPs. The EPs are more garagey, and that's just my opinion. I'm just a dope anyways. But if you dig the Exploding Hearts or just garage rock in general, or even alt pop, it's such weird to say alternative pop. If you just dig that kind of stuff, give this band a listen. I think you would dig them. I also really dig how Run for Cover ripped off SST with their logo on these. Probably gonna get in trouble for that, but whatever. That's Young Gov 1. And like I said, almost pretty much everything, unless you're like a color collector or a variant collector, I'm showing you is 100% available from all the labels, which I'll tag below. Next, I have something I'm going to spend a little bit of time chatting about here. This is Every Winter is Cold, the New England hardcore compilation on Atomic Action. These are set to ship in a day or two, but they kind of rushed 100 copies for the Infest shows that were a month ago. So it says that little sticker here, so you know you're cool. Limited edition to 100. I actually have a regular one coming too, but my collector mentality couldn't let me not purchase this one as well. So it comes with a download code too. But they're hand numbered, 39 out of 100. Now the interesting thing about these ones are, so as you know from my video I did my last couple videos ago, or pretty much since I've been able to buy anything they put out, is that band Brother. They also rushed Brother 7 inches for this Infest weekend show because they played, and the pressing plant messed up and put the Brother labels on these, on the comp, on 100 of these comp LPs. So they just actually scribbled out Demo 1 and Demo 2 and kept Side A and Side B. And this is on blue vinyl. And like I said, that's already beaten to death. There's 100 of these. These are rushed. But this comp you can get right now. They haven't shipped yet. I think today, might have been like not that long ago, they posted up the covers are in and they were going to come out in the next day or two. So if you guys do what you should do, you should go order it when you're done watching this, because it'll be in the mail probably in the next day or two. But this is pretty much like what a hardcore comp should be. It does what a hardcore comp is supposed to do, which it literally just takes a snapshot of right now in the Northeast. This is all different kinds of hardcore on here, from youth crewy tinge stuff to more of a power violence-y type hardcore, to just a straightforward, just stripped down regular hardcore. There's some melodic hardcore in here. There's some melodic kind of punkish stuff on here. But I'm going to read off a bunch of the bands on here so you guys get an idea. Drop Dead's on here. Free Mass Flex is on here. Well, that song's fucking amazing. The lyrics to that song are amazing. If you don't get it, you never will. Wound Man is on here. Darklands, Anxious, Brother, Peace Test, which is the fucking sick band out of Rhode Island, which, again, if you're sleeping on that, you're a fool. Springtide, Antagonize, which we'll talk about later. Pummel, which has a 7-inch, I believe, coming out soon on Atomic Action. Restraining Order, which has an LP coming out on Triple B. Holy Hands, Kind, Boiling Point, which is another sick band out of Rhode Island, which is a demo out now. Corrode, I believe, yeah, Corrode. Vantage Point, which just had a 7-inch go up yesterday on Triple B. And Jinx. And Burden from the Cape, which is some great New York Oi, New York hardcore influenced tunes. So this it's got every corner of hardcore covered here. Oops, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It just has every corner of hardcore covered on here, and like I said, they're really, I think it's $17. I think there's still limited ones of the regular press, not the cool screen print cover. I'm a cool dude press left. There might even be some of these left if you go over to the Atomic Action site. I'm not sure, but it might be. You should go look into that. But this is Every Winter is Cold, the Atomic Action New England hardcore comp. This is the cool guy version. When I get the regular one, I'll show you. But it lists all the bands. This is all hand screened. And I'm like a big sucker for shit like this, where it just says sold exclusively at Infest Converge Weekend, Boston, Providence, 920 and 921. You know, the hand numbering. But guys, definitely check this comp out. I'm gonna put a link below. Buy it. Just buy it. How about Brian and Atomic Action, because they fucking rule. Next, we have the new Death Before Dishonor, Unfinished Business on Bridge 9. Death Before Dishonor is a Boston hardcore band. A little bit more on the metal tinge side, not metalcore, but a little heavier than what I normally would probably talk about on this channel, but still fucking great. This is an 8-song EP. The first thing in 10 years. Just if you dig bands like Hatebreed and just a straightforward hardcore, but with breakdowns and heavier tinged leads, Death Before Dishonor, you'll dig this too. Been around almost as long, not as long, but pretty close. But this band is fucking sick. This record is sick. I was waiting for it. They put a music video out, and right when it came out, I watched it, or they leaked it, and I was just like, oh shit, like I gotta buy this. So you get the insert here. I believe it's gray vinyl. Oh yeah, gray and white pinwheel. The thank you list on here is sick. They have to. Something out here that is going to make a lot of sense to some of you, and some of you probably won't care at all. But, oh yeah, so Frankie likes to thank the old and new South Shore and Boston troublemakers that keep the faith. South Shore! But I believe these guys are on tour. They're always playing out. I know they might be going to Europe, or they just got back from Europe. But if you have a chance to see them, check them out. It's a really interesting record that I was sold on immediately, which usually is kind of rare. Usually things take a couple listens for me. But this, when I first heard the first song they leaked, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go buy that. And it's not just because I'm supporting Bridge 9. Even though I always will support Bridge 9, I'm a Boston guy. It's just, I really dug this. And I know, like I said before, some of you watching this might not be in your vein of hardcore. Check it out. Check it out, because I think you would enjoy it. That's Death Before Dishonor, Unfinished Business, South Shore Forever. What's up, Frankie? Give me 1 second. I'm going to flip the record. These things are fast, man. I'm flying here. Maybe if my videos are shorter, I'll get more views. So, next what we have is Sect. Blue. Is it coming in there? Is it Blood of the Beasts? Yeah, Blood of the Beasts on Southern Lord. This came out a while ago. This is actually like a surprise release. It just appeared on Southern Lord. I don't believe there was a build up to it at all. And I have to buy. I have everything Sect has put out, maybe except for the first 7-inch they did. They played here like a year and a half ago, maybe more than that, and I missed them. I was at another show and I showed up late and missed Sect and Despise You. No, missed Sect and Moonman and caught Despise You because I was seeing Anxious and Pummel 15 minutes up the street. But anyways. This is a hardcore band, definitely metal tinged, a little bit of a, I throw around the phrase supergroup. Chris Colahan's in this, you might remember him from The Cursed, Ruination, which the band that band fucking rules, guys. Ruination was fucking sick, I don't care what anyone says. The Swarm, Burning Love, basically Canadian hardcore legendary. But the band in this study that backs him on this is also a little bit of a pedigree. You got a guitar player from Earth Crisis. I wrote it down real quick. The guitar player from Earth Crisis and Path of Resistance. The guitar player from Catharsis and Undying. The bass player from Day of Suffering. Andy Hurley plays drums. He's in Fall Out Boy, but and he was also in Race Trader. I believe he's vegan, right? Is that true or is that a rumor? Comment below. But you get definitely metal tinged hardcore here. Very political. On one of their last LPs, like on the bottom, it says Sect is and always will be a vegetarian vegan band. I don't think there's anything on here like that before, like that now. Oh, it says right here. That's cool. Sect, no dads, no masters. But this is clear vinyl. Clear vinyl here. But if you guys dig bands like The Cursed, I'm just manhandling this record right now. People are probably gonna get mad at me. If you guys dig like The Cursed and stuff like that, you would definitely dig this. The song on here that I'm gonna post down below is The Blankest Check. Grim Spectre, you keep throwing my way. Threat of the endless other keeps empty at bay. This isn't me. I wanted the most for the greatest, whatever they call that now. They wanted it all for the few and they got it somehow. Settlers in denial, amusing ourselves to death. the blankest check we ever wrote. We captured a populist noose tightening around our throats. As we laughed attached at our favorite show, it's time knowing right where it's going. The camps go up, the borders slide, and there's no place on earth we hide anymore. We let it through the door, and it turned around and sealed it off. Now the gap it creeps, a double speak. We pick a side, devolve the tribes, and lose all sight of the greater fight. You're going to be so tired of winning. Yeah, so, but this is great shit. But again, very metallic, very screen vocal, but just great. What's the number on here? Limited to 500 copies. Look at me in here. But that's Sect, Blood of the Beasts. Like animals, you will scatter, wait, domestic terminus. Redundant gaunts, broken and untenable. The blankest check, cirrhosis of youth, and skies wide shut. Just check it out. I think you guys would dig it. Pat in the Groundwood 00 Salem just spoke about this too, so go watch his channel. I think he's a little bit more better at describing stuff than I am. I'm just like, records, speaking of records, so now we're going to get into the next 4 or 5 releases are all from the same label, and that label will be Triple B Records. They have, if anyone who's watching this channel is super digging hardcore, more so than a casual person who might just want to check out newer bands, like if you're in it, go to a lot of shows, buy a lot of shit like I do. Triple B you can't miss. They've just been, they're like churning out releases. It's crazy. They put out like 2 or 3 things a month. And but the one thing I enjoy about them is they're really covering a wide spectrum of hardcore, and that's what we're about to see. So the first thing I want to show you is the Regional Justice Center Institution LP. It's more of an EP. It's one-sided. There's 6 total minutes of music on this. So Regional Justice Center are out of Seattle, Washington. The singer also plays drums and usually has somewhat of a revolving cast playing around him. Sometimes the same people, it's different, but it's more of a project with him and people filling it out. A lot of the songs are just about, you know, as you may guess, the institutionalized, the prison system, how it's bullshit, pay-for-profit prisons. When they play live, there's sound bites. I believe his brother might be incarcerated at the time. It really begs to question a lot of these things, like, oh, we're always, even if we're not incarcerated, we're incarcerated anyways. They'll have, like, you know, little messages from his brother calling from jail to speak with him. Insert here. Then we got the insert here with the lyrics. So these guys, I would say they're a power violence band, but please don't, you know, plant your flag in the power violence. It's hardcore. It's hardcore punk fast. It's hardcore punk with blast beats. One thing I want to talk about too that's just unrelated to this band in general is Triple B is really tickling my fancy with just keeping the, as you'll see, the same center label, the same art for the center label, with just the band and the release in it. Which I dig that kind of stuff. I like the uniformity of that. Even though, you know, I'm talking about a band that hates uniformity. So I just saw these guys recently at This Is Hardcore in Philadelphia in July. And the interesting about it is you're a band like this in that kind of scene, it's a big room. These are real fast songs. Sometimes this stuff just kind of doesn't, you know, goes over best in smaller venues like basements. And I'm happy to say they killed it. Like I really wanted to watch them. It's a drama with the photographer thing, which I won't get into. You guys can go look that up. But they really, like, I think they turned a lot of heads at that when they played. A lot of people, the people who were into it. You know, so I think some people that were converted to be into it. And they have a couple other releases out. You can go check them out. But that's Regional Justice Center. If you go find their Bandcamp again today, hot off the presses, the singer posted a bunch of tour leftovers up for sale. So go get yourself some limited stuff or some shirts that you might never see again. But that's Regional Justice Center Institutionalized. Institution. The suicidal on the brain. Next, we have another Triple B release, which is End All Be All. I'm going to be fully honest with you. Not a huge fan of this cover art, but then again, I'm not in the band, so I can't tell them what to do. The name of the record is Object of Persona. This is another one-sided record. These guys are out of Southern Florida. I caught them, I never listened to them, and I caught them at the Dorchester Art Project. I don't know, it was the beginning of summer, it all blends together. And they were fucking sick. And that was before this came out. I grabbed a demo. And it had a little sheet of paper with it, which I can't find. I know I still have it because I'm a hoarder. That explained the band. It's like, what is Be All End All? Who is Be All End All? Kind of describe the band. Again, the center label here, the Triple B center label. This is cool though, but so another one-sided record, but this one has a screen print on the B side. And so these guys are 9 quick blast hardcore songs here. The drumming is really, really great. Blast beats, goes into blast beats, comes out of blast beats. Live, I remember, we'll speak about, is it the next band? Yeah. When I saw them live, they played with Antagonize at Dorchester Art Project. And I was standing in the back, the old man ledge, I call it. Some of you guys might see me there if you've ever been to the show there. And Aaron from Bane, who sings for the next band, was standing next to me. And there's this part of the song that had an outro. And the drummer was just like killing it. And we both were like, we just started laughing because, hardcore is awesome. But I'm sure the back of this too. So that's Be All End All out of Florida, Triple B Records. All versions are still available on the site. Definitely go check this out. If you dig, I'm trying to think of for fans of for this. I can't really describe anything. If you just like hardcore, fucking check this out. Don't be cool. And I know the cover, like I said, not the biggest fan of it, but who am I? I still bought it. But definitely Be All End All. I don't call it End All Be All. Yeah, it's Be All End All, not End All Be All. Be All End All. Object of Persona, Triple B, go get it. I also keep my order forms sometimes because I'm just a weird and I feel like I think that's going to be cool in the future. All right, next. We have Antagonize, Slip Death. Another Triple B, got the Triple B logo on the back. This is a gatefold. Open it up. Some inserts of this too. Again, the Triple B logo. With just the band. Actually, this one's cool. The band on the A side, the record name on the B side. Of course, I don't know what this is, but I don't know what pressing that is. If you're pressing collectors, let me know. But Sam, who runs Triple B, plays bass for this band. And the thing about this band that's somewhat unique is that this cover art's fucking unique. I dig it. So this is Aaron from Bane's new project, which I know I didn't even want to say it because I wanted people who would not, who doesn't know? It's 2019, the internet's real, very real. But I wanted people to go check this out without thinking Bane, because it's not Bane. Aaron does have a very distinct voice, sure, but I would say this is more straightforward hardcore. Bane was a little bit more technical, and I'm not saying this in bad and good ways. This is more of a straightforward hardcore band, in my opinion. I've seen them a bunch. They've played out a bunch. They've been on quite a run for a while. And every time I've seen them leading up to the release of this record and the record release for this, they've just gotten tighter and tighter. They just seem to be getting better, and it's just real. It's an interesting thing for me because Bane was a very big band here. I'm sure some other places or people are watching this. Bane was very big in Massachusetts, and it's interesting to see Aaron in a new project because everyone's just going to think Bane, and it's not, and it shouldn't be, because this is as good, and I recommend it. And that's Slip Death by Antagonize. We'll go over the cover art. Again, Triple B Records, readily available. Next, we have Abuse of Power. All right, I ordered Antagonize, Slip Death, and Abuse of Power at the same time. And there's a hair in there. God damn it. Damn hair. Okay, what on earth can we do? Abuse of Power are a band out of Atlanta, Georgia. Back here. Yeah, the gatefold, going wild with the gatefold, Triple B. The band out of Atlanta, Georgia. These guys are more of a melodic tinged hardcore band. Some people like to say that it's got a DC vibe to it. It does, but it's definitely hardcore. It's not as melodic as the Revolution Summer type stuff was. I would kind of say this band would be like if you took Rites of Spring, maybe Dag Nasty, and then Kid Dynamite, and there's a new band from the UK called Stages in Faith, and kind of blended it all together and threw it out in 2019. This is what you're going to get. Again, I just love, I'm a big fan. It's actual logo, not just a word. Abuse of Power. Split again. I should have looked up what pressing this was. I don't know. Maybe it says on the back receipt. Who knows? But this was a band. They've been around for a little bit. I believe they have an EP also on Triple B. They might have another EP that I should have researched so I don't sound like an idiot when I'm talking to you, but I didn't. But I waited for a minute. I saw them twice this past summer. One time in a bigger show and one time at the smaller gig. And I was feeling them. I didn't buy it. I was broke. This is out. Okay. Red Inside Milky Clear out of 300 for this. And the Antagonize record is Clear Green with Black Splatter out of 200. $41. 7/10/2019. Ship date 8/27. Anyways, I dug them. I didn't buy anything when I saw them, and then this came up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy the new record. I spun it. I was into it. I always have a soft spot for the more melodic stuff. Kid Dynamite is one of my favorite bands of all time. I get into hardcore through pop punk, not Warped Tour pop punk, like Epitaph pop punk, like Lagwagon and NoFX and Bad Religion and No Use for a Name and stuff of that nature. Not like, you know, that weird shit that came out in the early 2Ks. But I got into that, you know, Strung Out and stuff of that nature. And then I got into hardcore, and this is kind of a mixture of the both. It's great shit. There's definitely a groove to it, and there's definitely some guitar riffs on here too that are sick. But that's Abuse of Power. What on Earth Can We Do? Gatefold on Triple B. Again, available on the website. And then the last record I have for you is something completely unique. What's up, Trevor? I don't know. You might watch this. I'm going to hype your record. So this is Wolf Whistle. Private Hell. I'm going to have to read this out. Or the afternoon blueness from a windowsill in a Acushnet. Acushnet's a town that's kind of in the southeast part of Massachusetts. I'm kind of leaning towards may not be the greatest place on earth. I've only been there a handful of times. I don't think there's much that happens there. But anyways, this is the final Wolf Whistle release. Wolf Whistle has been a band in the past. I believe this is just Pat, Flynn, and Trevor. Pat from every band that you love. Have Heart, Fiddlehead, Free, Clear. Who's in Clear, right? And then Trevor from Moon Mad, Rival Mob, X-Files X, yeah, and stuff of that, like that nature. Battle Ruins, right? He joined Battle Ruins towards the end. But this is nothing like any of those bands. This is definitely an experimental record. There's different kinds of sounds on here. There's a song that definitely sounds like it would be like a Stooges tune. At one point, there's music with like a distorted voice just kind of speaking over it in the background. There's an electronic outro in one song. You can hear different instruments, keyboards, and whatnot. A lot of people want to compare it to bands like Big Black and the Melvins and that nature. I would agree with that, but I would say it's not that same vein of tunes. I would take those bands and again, like similar like I did with Abuse of Power, with the more melodic hardcore, and I would mix it with like a power violence sprinkle there, a noise industrial sprinkle here, a straight up electronic experimentation sprinkle here, and just blend it all together and put Massachusetts on it, and then put it out in the woods in a Acushnet for 3 days in the cold, and then you listen to it, and this is what you're gonna get. That's a Wolf Whistle last LP. I saw them. They played the Infest weekend. This was actually the record release for this. So again, you got your Triple B, similar label. This one too is just the Wolf Whistle, Private Hell. I wish it had the whole title here and it went all the way down. That'd be fucking annoying and cool. You have your insert here. There's Trevor and Pat. Lyrics, credit to the different stuff. Layout by Sam. This album is dedicated to everything and anything that rots in a Acushnet mass. No thanks. Triple B Records 94. I know there's a color version of this. Is it gold vinyl? It might be gold vinyl and black. I bought this directly from the band at the show, and it was on black. I don't know if they're going to be playing more shows. That'll be a question for them to answer, maybe. But this has definitely been advertised as their last record. Their 7-inch or their earlier recordings, Mass Glory, is a very popular record. A little different than this. If you're into experimental, if you just want to listen to something other than the same boring shit all the time, which I know I hammer to death because I listen to the same boring shit all the time, definitely check this out. It covers all games. It's a very interesting record, and I'm not saying that as like I'm just trying to like blow smoke or sound like it's interesting because I don't know what to say. It's interesting, man. Read some of the reviews for it. Some people are very confused by it. Some people don't like it. Some people love it. Some people don't know what to think of it. I dig it. I like the weirdness of it. One of the funniest things I saw when this came out, someone wrote like, listen to the new Wolf Whistle at the gym, shut it off and put Slipknot back on or something like that. I don't know if they were fucking around. But also at the last show, they were selling this too. At the last show, at the record release, which was a little zine. It's a zine that just has photos in it. It's got some reviews. It's got lyrics. Got an interview with Trevor by Jay Sidetracked. Wolf Whistle, Then Now Forever. I think James from Blind Rage drew this stuff. They had this as a shirt, but they didn't have fat guy size. What's up? Just got photos in here, interviews. They interview former members. It's kind of, there's some funny stuff in here. It's got flyers. Just an interesting little thing. I think this is still available from Mass Glory too. So go check that out. But as you saw, you got 5 LPs here. Yeah, you have 5 LPs here, all on the same record label. All came out this summer, spring into summer into fall. All completely different sounds. So kudos to Triple B. I'm not going to dog them. I know I'm going to give them credit. They're putting shit out. It's different. I have the Restraining Order and the Vantage Point pre-orders in. Vantage Point yesterday, Restraining Order a couple weeks ago. Restraining Order comes out tomorrow, I think. So go buy those. So finally what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just plug. I went to a horror convention a couple weekends ago, and I grabbed this shirt. Repo Man, dude, I love that phrase. I always kind of talk about this with my wife. Ordinary fucking people. I hate them. From this company called Pizza Party Printing, which I thought I'm going to plug them because I dig them. They're not, I don't think they care if I do this. I mean, I just go check them out. If you dig this, if you dig horror movies, I got these 2 pins, which is Beavis and Butthead, but as Predator and Alien. So that's cool. I also got this long sleeve shirt. That's one of my favorite movies every time. Big Trouble in Little China from them. It's got an alien in the back. They got all sizes, all for the big dudes like me to all the skinny people who don't eat. I'm trying to be like you. I'm losing a lot of weight, but it's taking a hot minute. And then I bought a stack of these stickers, which they also have some of these as shirts too. Got the Creep Show sticker. Toxie. Surf Nazis Must Die. The Terminator thumbs up. Here's a Repo Man as a sticker, the shirt. Pizza the Hut. Whoop. The Alien, Predator, Beavis and Butthead as a sticker. Just Walk Away. Road Warrior. And I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt. But I just thought they were cool. I dig this kind of shit. I'm going to do an order from them soon. To get some of the stuff I didn't have enough money to buy everything. They have a lot of cool enamel pins. I know that's all the rage with the youth today. So go buy stuff from them. I'm going to plug them below. And then also, I haven't talked about it in a hot minute, but I have a Facebook group that I'm the only admin on. So if you like what you see here, it's been a little dormant. I will admit, I've been a little lazy. There's been some really cool shit posted there, but there's not a lot of people following it. So I'm going to post a link below. Please join. Involve yourself. Ask me a question. Ask someone else a question. Try to sell a record. I don't know. But have a great one, guys. And listen to records and hang out and be cool.